You ever write something, you read it back, and it just feels, I don't know, flat? Well, today we are going to go on a mission. We're going to transform our writing from just okay to absolutely spectacular. And we'll do it using one of the most powerful tools a writer has. Okay, so let's start here. This is our before picture. The building has exhibits. I mean, sure, it's a sentence, it's correct, it gives us a fact, but does it make you feel anything? Does it make you want to see these exhibits? Nah, it's basically the skeleton of an idea. So what is missing, right? How do we put some meat on these bones? How do we breathe some life into this thing? That's the puzzle we're going to solve together. We're about to build a toolkit that'll make our words actually paint a picture. First things first, let's grab the most important tool for adding life to our writing. And that is the power of description. This is how we stop just stating facts and start creating a real experience for whoever's reading. And the absolute key to description, it's the adjective. You know, at its core, an adjective is just a describing word. It answers that one simple but crucial question. What is it like? Is it huge, tiny, super loud, or maybe really quiet? This, right here, is where the magic starts. And just look at the sheer range we're talking about. Adjectives can tell you how something looks, you know, like a green park or an elegant dress. They can describe sounds, like loud music or screechy tires. They even cover how things feel or smell, like a rough surface or a fragrant flower. They can even get inside a person's head and tell us their mood, if they're feeling anxious or cheery. Okay, so let's see this in action. Check out the difference just a few words can make. With only 3 adjectives, we get a perfect picture of Mr. Lucas's town. It's peaceful, simple, sleepy. But then, with 3 totally different words, we're suddenly in Miss Sary's city. It's modern, lively, with towering buildings. See that? 2 completely different worlds, created just by choosing the right words. And this is how it all comes together in a sentence. You don't just see streets anymore. You see crowded streets. You're not just hearing traffic, you're hearing loud traffic. That road isn't just a road. No, it's a dusty road. And where does it lead? To a sunny park. Now the reader can actually picture it, hear it, and feel it. All right, so we've got the basics down. Now let's level up. We're going to add a slightly more advanced technique to our toolkit. This one is all about style, about changing the rhythm of your sentences. We're talking about putting adjectives after the verb. So, this fancy little trick is called a predicate adjective. The key thing to remember is its placement. Instead of putting it before the noun, it comes after a linking verb, words like is, are, or was. But get this, it still describes the subject of the sentence. It's a super simple shift, but it can make your writing feel way more dynamic. Let's break it down. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Seriously, step 1, you pick your subject. In this case, Juan. Step 2, you add a be verb, like is. And step 3, you drop in your adjective, happy. Juan is happy. See? The describing word is at the end. It just gives the sentence a whole different feel than saying, happy Juan. And hey, why stop at 1? You can get even more descriptive by linking a few of these together. You can use words like and, but, or. So you could say, Ivan is friendly and generous. Or you can create a really interesting contrast, like his hobbies are simple but expensive. This lets you add some real complexity and detail with almost no extra effort. So we've talked a lot about being specific, but what happens when you can't be? Sometimes you just don't know the exact number of something. And guess what? There's a tool for that too. I mean, think about it. You're talking about a bunch of friends, or how much time you spent doing something. You can't really say, I spent 42 minutes and 12 seconds there, right? So how do you talk about these things when you don't have a precise number? Well, say hello to the indefinite adjective. This is its entire job. It helps you describe things when you can't be, or maybe you just don't need to be, super specific. It's kind of like the art of being precise about being vague. Now, what's really useful here is knowing which word to use when. It all comes down to one question. Can you count it? For things you can count, like people or books, you use words like many, a few, or several. But for stuff you can't count, like time or water, you need to use words like much or a little. And notice how some words, like some and a lot of, are flexible. They work for both. And here's a perfect real-world example. I haven't spent much time. See, time is something you can't count.
so we use much. But then it says some people, and you can count people, so some works perfectly. This lets the writer give us a really clear sense of the situation without getting bogged down in specifics.
Okay, we've gathered our tools, we've got our basic describing words, we've got a cool trick for changing up our sentence structure, and now we even have words for when things are a little fuzzy. So let's put it all together and see the final transformation. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Remember this sad, lonely little sentence? The building has exhibits. It's been waiting this whole time for us to come back and give it a makeover. And ta-da! Look at that difference. All we did was add a couple of great adjectives, modern for the building, and vibrant and exciting for the exhibits. And the whole sentence just comes alive. It's not just a fact anymore, is it? It's an invitation. Now you actually want to go see those exhibits. So the main takeaway here is that you now have this awesome, versatile writing toolkit. You've got your basic adjectives to add all that rich detail, you have predicate adjectives to play around with rhythm and make your sentences pop, and you have indefinite adjectives for those times you need to describe something without knowing all the details. These tools, they're all yours now. You have the power to take any simple, boring idea and make it vivid, compelling, and totally memorable. So really, the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?